Yo everybody, what's going on? JohnBParker here, back with another video on the YouTubes. Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to talk about, this is going to be the third and final video in the series of top passive abilities, and this is going to be the Legendary Champion Edition. Now, if you can imagine, the rare video was a little bit easier to do because not many champions that are rare that have passives that are that great. So we did a top 5. For the epics, it was a little harder. We did a top 10 for that one. And now for the legendaries, we're going to do 12. Top 12. This was kind of difficult to narrow down to top 12. So I have 12 champions here who are fantastic in almost every aspect of the game. I also have 5 honorable mentions that I have to call out here that just didn't quite crack the top 12. So before we get into the list, before we get into the honorable mentions, I have one small tiny little request that if you're watching this video and you're part of the 95% of people who aren't subscribed to the channel, do me that favor and hit that little sub button. I don't care if you hit the notification bell, all notifications, I don't care if you do that. But hit that sub button for me. That would really help me out. We just passed 100 subs and we're trying to get to 150, 200. We're trying to get up to that 1,000 to get to get the YouTube stuff going. So, do me that little favor. If you haven't hit that sub button already, hit that sub button for me. And into the list, now that the self-promotion, shameless self-promotion is out of the way. First champion we have is an honorable mention. It pains me to call this guy an honorable mention and not in the top 12, but it's going to be Drexstar Blood Twin. Everybody can get this guy free from the Tag Arena rewards, the Bazaar, and he's fantastic. His passive will you get a 55% chance. Unbooked is even great. 55% chance of placing HP burn whenever he gets hit, and his resistance increases by 10 for every enemy under HP burn. Stacks up to 50. This guy is amazing for very specific content. Not everywhere in the game, but specific content such as, like, he can be a tank in the spider, he can be the spider's den, he can be your HP burn champion for the Nether Spider in Doom Tower. Very, very, very painful for me not to call him out as far as a top 12, but he's going to be there. Next honorable mention is going to be Candrafon. Candrafon is an amazing arena nuker, and it's mainly because of his passive here. Damage increases by 40% while attacking under Veil or Perfect Veil, and he receives less damage. So, and he always gets a Perfect Veil every time somebody fills their turn meter, and it cannot be removed. This guy is fantastic. The only problem is it's really arena only, and it's really only for go second teams. But still a great passive, great champion. Alright, the next honorable mention is going to be in the Skinwalkers. We're going to call it another amazing arena champion, and that is going to be Leorius the Proud. His passive will instantly place an unkillable whenever he's about to receive a fatal hit, and his damage will increase by 1% for every 1% of HP loss. So this guy can smoking nuke, kill everybody really good. But it's really only arena, and there's lots of nukers out there. There's ways to counter this guy really easily, so honorable mention for him. The next 2 are in the Barbarians. The first one we're going to call it is Ursuga the Workcaller. Ursuga Workcaller. Whatever her name is, however you pronounce it. Her passive will decrease the damage all allies receive by crits by 30%, and she will receive that damage instead. She can take a hit, high defense, high HP. Really good for an arena go second team. Other than that, not as useful as some other champions. The next and last honorable mention is going to be Tuhanarok. Now, if anybody watched the epic passive video I did, Tuhanarok is basically Doom Priest, but on steroids. Her passive does the exact same thing, will remove 1 random debuff from all allies. But if they're under a continuous heal, it will remove 2. So she is fantastic. Alright, now on to the top 12. First champion we're going to call out in the list here is another arena, basically arena only champion, but he's such in the meta right now that you guys probably know who I'm going for. It's going to be Hegemon. Hegemon cracks the top 12 because he's such in the meta right now, and this is such a great passive ability. He will always go first. You can have him at 96 speed, he will go first. And with his kit, you got the block active skills, or you can nuke. Either way, he can be built a multitude of ways. Very rare to see an arena team that doesn't have this guy that's in the top tier arena. Alright, next one we're going to call out is going to be from the Orc faction. He was a fragment summon. Imagine this, a fragment summon, not a fusion. You just had to get fragments for him. And that is going to be Iron Brago. Iron Brago's passive here will increase the defense of all allies by 10% of this champion's defense. And he's got almost 1500 defense. Very, very good. So you build him with 5000 defense, which is not hard to do. And all of your other champions get an extra 500 defense just right on the top. Amazing. Amazing champion for Clan Boss. Amazing champion to keep you alive. And he was a fragment summon. That's what kills me. So good. Fragment summons are usually the weaker champions versus fusions versus fragment summons. This guy is amazing. Clan Boss, Doom Tower, in Doom Tower Aura for defense. And he allows you to build your other champions with less defense and they can still stay alive. Alright. Next on the list. We're getting into the top 10 now. The next one I have called out for is from the Undead Hordes. There's a few here, but we're going to call out Necrit the Great. This guy is so good in the arena. It's amazing how good this guy is in the arena. He's got 2 passives here. He's another one of those champions it's kind of arena only, but he's so good in the arena that he cracks the list. So whenever an ally is attacked while under an ally protection buff placed by this champion, they get a shield equal to 30% of his max HP. And it only occurs this, whatever. It also decreases the cooldown of his Legion of the Damned skill, which is ally attack. His second passive will place that ally protection for 6 turns. Holy cow. You get block debuffs, you get strengthen, you get an ally protection, and it can't be removed on the ally with the lowest max HP. So usually it's going to be your nuker. You can choose who you want to put this buff on. Just put them with the lowest HP and boom. It's the nuker in your team. Your Trundas, your Candies, your Hegemons, whoever. Amazing champion. Will keep you alive. Alright, let's stick in the Undead Hordes. And we're going to get with 2 champions. Again, this list is not in order 12 to 1, 1 to 12 or anything like that. But we're here. Let's stay here. The next champion on the list is going to be Rotos the Lost Groom. His passive is insane. Will decrease damage from enemy hits so that incoming damage from any single hit will not exceed 50% of this champion's max HP, and it grants an extra turn if this damage reduction occurs. Holy mother. So basically this guy can't be one-shot. He has to be two-shot. You cannot one-shot this guy. And if you do this, and you do not crowd control him, he will get a turn. And he can do anything. This is not a counterattack. That's the insane thing about this. Also decreases damage taken from bosses by 15%. It will be 30 if Siffi's on the same team. Very, very great idea to have Siffi on the same team with Rotos. If you have them. So yeah, there's Rotos. He'll get an extra turn. He'll start going insane, killing all your champs. High base attack. He's even got a high base defense. The HP is pretty lackluster, but he has ways of getting that up. Alright, the next champion is obviously going to be Siffi the Lost Bride. Her passive is probably top 2, top 3 in the game. She's definitely a top 3 champion in the game. We're not going to get into that, but her passive is so good. 10% heal for every ally. This is amazing. You get, when booked, 50% chance of removing freeze and fear debuffs from each ally at the start of their turn. So you can't freeze or fear and rely on it. And if you pair her with Rotos, this is where it gets even crazier. Rotos can't be crowd controlled, essentially. Removes all debuffs from Rotos at the start of his turn if they're on the same team. So if you have Siffi and Rotos together, Rotos cannot be crowd controlled. Holy cow, she's amazing. Alright, out of the Undead Hordes, let's get into, let's go back to the Barbarians here. A lot of great legendaries in the Barbarians here. So, the first one to crack the top 10 is going to be Valkyrie. Valkyrie is so good with the counterattack and the shield here, but the passive is so annoying in the arena. This Valkyrie allows you to cut in on speed teams. She allows you That's basically what she allows you to do, and it's just fantastic, right? Champion's turn meter will be increased by 10% each time an enemy champion places a buff. So Arbiter, going first in the arena, places 4 increase attack buffs. There goes 40% turn meter fill. Enemy champions will have their turn meters decreased by 10% for each buff they receive. So not only does everybody get 10% turn meter decrease, she gets 40% turn meter fill. Amazing. Then she comes in, she pops this, and everybody's got a big fat shield and counterattack. And then she also throws off the speed tune. So yeah, Valkyrie is amazing. Alright, and then the next champion from Barbs, we're going to go into the OG of OGs. Everybody gets her at 180 days. Single target revive is fantastic. AoE stun is fantastic. Decreased speed, turn meter decrease. But the passive is what makes her fantastic. 10% heal, just like Sify, but also get an increased speed buff on a random ally for 2 turns. This is amazing. Put her in a relentless set. It's what most people usually do. It's just too good. She'll help your account. You get her right at, I believe, the perfect time for an account. 6 months in, you usually have a few legendaries potentially if you've saved your shards and played them right, done some fusions. Maybe you're able to. She comes in, and the progression on your account will just go through the roof. Amazing, amazing champion. All right, let's get into the next one here. Let's go to the Dark Elves. This is a champion that is technically free. She is technically free, but the caveat is she takes a lot of effort to get. That is going to be Lydia, the Death Siren. Everybody knows her for AoE defense down and weaken, strength and increased speed. She can lock out a certain enemy, places of fear, but her passive is so amazing. Such a unique passive too. Nobody's got anything like this. Denies the enemy revive attempts, even if she's dead. Holy shees. If she's alive, enemy revive is denied. Revives all dead allies. Crazy. And it grants an extra turn if there's no dead allies. She'll still deny the revive. If she's dead, she will revive. And this skill will ignore block revive. So you run into the arena against a Foley or an Ethui or something or other like that. And then somebody else tries to revive. This skill will end up reviving those block revive champions. It's crazy. She's the only one who can do this. So she's definitely worth the effort. Gotta win faction wars. You gotta beat the faction wars to do it. But it is what it is. And everybody can get her. Just gotta put in the time. You gotta put in the effort. Alright, we're going down to the lizards. Y'all know where I'm going with this one. The big turtle. We all just had a champion training for him. His passive is amazing as well. Start of each round will place a shield on all allies equal to 50% of his max HP. And he's got 19,485 HP. You can build him very high. Not only does it do that, but also if you book it, you get a 100% chance of placing a defense down and attack down on the attacker for 1 turn when he's hit. So essentially you don't have to run a defense down champion if you don't want to. Yeah, there you go. Krisk is amazing at keeping you alive. He's amazing at helping you kill the enemy. He's just an amazing champion in general. That's why everybody wailed out for him. Alright, we're coming into the home stretch here, and we're going to go down to the dwarves. There is 2 champions in the dwarves here. First one we're going to call out is another almost basically arena-only style passive, but it's so good. This guy will get you where you need to get to with his passive. Tormund the Cold. His passive effect has a 20, make it 31 book chance of placing a freeze on enemy each time they receive a buff or have their turn meter filled. Crowd control without having to go. Amazing. This will apply up to twice, once for buffs, once for turn meters, yada yada. And then the active effect, which is I guess every 6 turns if you book it. He revives himself when he's killed and places a freeze on himself. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, he's such in the meta right now that if you don't have a Torment in the arena, you struggle. It's okay though. There's ways to get around him temporarily. So, but his passive is just too good. The other champion here is going to be the Underpriest Brogni. This guy was a fusion champion. He was a very difficult fusion champion. And he was worth it. 100% worth it. Not only does he do all these cool things with his skills, but his passive can put out a ton of damage. Whenever an ally's under a shield is attacked, doesn't matter what shield, doesn't matter who puts the shield, he puts the shield, but doesn't matter who puts the shield, they get 25% of the damage inflicted on the shield back at the attacker, and then you get a 25% of that damage you get as a heal. That's insane. And the even more insane thing about this is that the reflect damages here can proc Giant Slayer. He is a definite top 5 champion in this game. He is part of the best clan boss team you can build. He's fantastic in the arena. He's fantastic in Doom Tower. He's fantastic in the campaign. If you want to run him in the campaign, he's fantastic there too. One of my favorite champions that I have on my account. This is obviously my free-to-play account. So, all right. We're getting to the last champion, and I saved this champion for last specifically because I think this is the best champion in the game. I don't think there's a better champion in the game, and I am so sad that I do not have this champion. If you guys have guessed what it is, who it is right now, then here we go. Demon Spawn, the greatest champion in the game, in my opinion. All right, if you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. Best champion in the game right here. Duchess Leitu. Okay, so we got a speed aura in all battles. We got revived, full, all allies revival. We have block debuffs, increased attack, perfect veil. We got double hitter with the shield, whatever. This is what it is. This is the passive that will take you to new heights. And it doesn't look like much, but it is so much. Decreases damage taken by all allies from AoE attacks by 25%. Fantastic in the arena. Fantastic in clan boss. Fantastic in dungeons. Fantastic in Doom Tower. If you want to run her in campaign, I don't see why you wouldn't want to run her in campaign. You can. If you're having trouble clearing Nightmare campaign and you have a Duchess, okay, there you go. She is the #1 champion in the game, in my opinion, and I'll fight you if you disagree. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to fight. But let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my evaluation of Duchess as the #1 champion in this game. All right, that's the list right there. I think Duchess, she'll take you all, like Still of the Drakes will take you from dungeons 10 to 13. Duchess will take you from dungeons 10 to 20. Just by herself. All you gotta do is build her with some defense, some HP. That's it. So, that's the list right there. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my evaluation of these champions. Did I miss any of your favorite champions? Did I miss any champions? Do you disagree with any of my top 12 list, my honorable mentions, anything like that? Until next time, thank you so much. Hit that sub button if you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button. It's neither here nor there if you actually hit that like button. I don't really care, but it would help out the channel. Thank you guys so much. Have yourselves a great day. Peace out. Love ya.